The monitoring panel's automated alarm triggered a traffic congestion warning, with a cyan glow that contrasted sharply with the standard amber all good status signs. As a devoted worker, Mrelnik looked over the alert and gathered the ticket that was generated automatically into his service queue. He assumed that the investigation would be straightforward and lead to a traceable increase in traffic from one of the thousands of worlds connected to the matter transmission network. Mrelnik was not correct. There was no obvious source or destination for the rise in network traffic, even after several work shifts. On the other hand, the mass flow that was being ported through the slips significantly increased. After using up all of his knowledge, Mrelnik forwarded the case to the Tier 2 slip support team. When Jackson noticed the strange ticket in the escalation queue, he assumed right away that the original author, a Mrelnik, must be a moron who is unable to perform a mass source trace throughout the network, so he started the procedure. According to the ticket that Jackson chose not to read, the mass trace returned errors stating that neither a source nor a destination could be located. The excess mass simply was. It had no history of coming into or going out of the slip system. Following a significant amount of work units dedicated to solving the puzzle, Jackson also conceded defeat and escalated the ticket to the Tier 3 slip support group. Jessica was intrigued by the mystery mass ticket. It is evident that Jackson does not bother to read all of the notes that Mrelnik included regarding all of the tests that were conducted, and that he has contempt for individuals receiving Tier Y support. However, because they manage all of the routine requests and maintain the system's functionality, Jessica does respect the lower tiers of assistance. She can only tackle the most intriguing issues because, to her work, intriguing issues like the unknown mass that is clogging the entire slip system. Following a considerable number of diagnostic tracing cycles, Jessica found that the mass was randomly moving through each registered SlipGate position in search of a valid exit point correlation before disappearing once more. By confirming that the mass was entering and exiting the network at random, triangulating the origin and departure points was made possible by a lengthy analytical diagnostic that eliminated millions of possible combinations. It required 6 months for Jessica to isolate a dull yellow star on the outskirts of civilization in order to further the riddle of the mystery mass. After a thorough analysis of the records, it was discovered that millions of rotations ago, a SlipGate had been placed on the backside of the planet's most promising tidally-locked natural satellite. It was positioned as a way for upcoming study teams to travel the globe and conduct anthropological research on the quickly developing sentient species that have arisen there. After being put, it was forgotten. The device was never updated, and even though it could connect to the network, it was unable to register with the current coordinate system. As a result, anything it sent was routed through a full system relay that looked for a destination coordinate match before returning to the loopback address and leaving the transmitted data where it had come from. From the slip operator's point of view, the full trip would take several hours, but the contents conveyed would have a much shorter subjective voyage. After compiling her report, Jessica marked it as urgent, since the only way to solve the mysterious mass would be to visit the long-lost slip and apply the necessary software and firmware updates to it so that it could properly connect to the rest of the network. It is obvious that the sentients from that world had developed to the point that they could enter their neighborhood, find the slip, and attempt to use it. They would have to wait to make corrections until the update vessel could get to them. Despite being the most costly, Universal Grand Tours was the most popular tourist destination in human history. Individuals spent all of their money traveling to the lunar settlement that had developed around the tourism industry in order to experience the cosmic slip and slide for just one ride. Individuals reserved their rides years in advance, each one impatient for their chance to see the wonders of the cosmos pass before their very eyes at a speed that almost defies the capabilities of the human intellect. When the ride time drew near, each rider would watch the liability video and sign a danger disclaimer. absolving the slip and slide operators of any responsibility should they fail to return or return in a different form. Everyone signed the documents without bothering to read them. Nobody had disappeared or returned changed in any manner, but for a renewed sense of wonder at the cosmos. As the water began to run down the slide, lubricating it in preparation for the raft's departure, each rider descended the stairs and nestled into their group raft. The raft would fall softly, with a tiny acceleration, down the steep slope and into the silvery surface of the slip, until the ride operator yelled "Go!" and gave it a firm shove off the platform. For an infinitesimal eternity, the raft was whipped and spun by fleeting swirls of rainbows that encompassed colors beyond human language. Suddenly, a strange world filled with bustling aliens in a sort of travel port appeared, blasting across the conduit and surrounding them. This was followed by another moment of color and a new location. The rafters continued their downward trajectory for hours, riding the wave of water past thousands of glimpses of life across the galaxy, until erupting back through the gate and sliding into the lunar facility's rehabilitation pool. The lunar cosmic slip and slide was in operation for almost a century, sending billions of people hurtling through the heavens and causing countless existential crises among humanity regarding their role in the universe. On the other hand, it also spurred countless advancements aimed at enabling self-navigating space travel. The cosmic slip slide represented the height of human ambitions for almost a century, with people vying for their one day of wonder before death claimed them. Subsequently, the SlipGate malfunctioned upon the arrival of the update ship, leading to the complete group of individuals on the raft to bounce off an impermeable layer of silvery fluid and land in the recovery pool. The cosmic slip and slide was replaced, bringing an end to its existence as the popular tourist attraction and reviving the original plan to integrate humanity into the interstellar civilization. I hope you enjoy video, subscribe, like and share please.